This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Errol Smith Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, I haven't talked about this fight really too much on the channel. I haven't done my own video on it yet because I didn't do my due diligence. So I went ahead and I've now done my due diligence. So now it's time to talk. Now, Montana Love is coming back this weekend to fight Stevie Spark in his big homecoming fight in Cleveland, Ohio at the Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, where the Cleveland Cavaliers play the house that LeBron James built. And, when this fight was first announced and I heard that he was fighting Stevie Spark, the first thought I had in my head was, Stevie Spark, you mean the guy that got knocked out by Tim Tszyu? Which is kind of a casual fan thing to say. But then once my rational boxing brain kicked in and I started using this beautiful boxing brain that God gave me, I went ahead and did my own research. So I don't want to write off Stevie Spark, but right now, as it stands, for my betting people out there, I know a lot of people like to bet. I'm not a bettor, but I have a very basic understanding of how betting works in boxing. Montana Love right now, at the time he's shooting this video, which is November 10th, 12:28 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, he is a minus 1350 favorite, which means he's pretty sizable favorite. Stevie Spark is a plus 730, meaning that if you bet $100 on him and he wins, you get $730 back. So with that being said, with that being established here on True School Sports, Stevie Spark is, in fact, an underdog. And I think the big reason why he's an underdog has a lot to do with the loss to Tim Tszyu, which I think is unfair. Because Tim Tszyu, he moved up 2 weight classes to fight Tim Tszyu. It was an opportunity that presented itself. It was a big fight for him to take, and he took it. And he got stopped in 3 rounds. But it shows that Stevie Spark does have some courage, and he comes back to 140 and he's fighting a guy Montana Love. Who I think stylistically this is a good fight. I think Montana Love, what he has going in his favor is that Montana Love is an athletic southpaw. He is literally the definition of what the old-time boxing analysts would call a cutie. He's a guy that likes to be too pretty, like his name would say. Likes to try to be flashy and defensively sound. Does have some pop, is explosive, but likes to fight in spurts and control the tempo of the fight, which I think is going to make this fight very interesting because Stevie Spark is a guy that is an all-action, come-forward fighter, but he's a come-forward fighter with a really good gas tank, who can punch but does it in an intelligent manner. He's not one of these pressure fighters that sometimes you watch these pressure fighters fight and they throw like 7 jabs the whole fight. He's not like that. He's got a really good counter right hand. I was watching his fight just now actually with River Daz from earlier this year, and a common theme in that fight was the counter right hand. He likes that counter right hand. He's got a good gas tank. So these are some things that Montana Love has to look out for. And I think if you're Stevie Spark, the things you got to look out for early in the fight is, obviously Montana Love is going to be very strong, very fast, and very athletic. And you would be led to believe that Montana Love is going to want to go put on a show for the hometown fans, being that he's headlining a homecoming fight. He did fight on the undercard of Jake Paul and caused quite a buzz for himself that night when he had that great fight with Ivan Baranchyk. But if you go back and you watch that fight, he fought Ivan Baranchyk, who was coming off of the hellacious war with Jose Zepeda. And I know from watching Baranchyk train here in South Florida and just watching him fight, he was pretty much on the back 9 in the clubhouse, kind of a shot fighter. And he was able to take Montana Love into some deep, dark places. So I feel like Stevie Spark being a young, fresh guy who, a guy that, for the most part, has dominated when he's been at 140. He had 1 loss at 140, but that was like years ago. He lost to some Chinese dude in 2015 by majority decision. So I don't know, I didn't watch that fight, but that's the only loss at 140. And since then, it's been perfect sailing at 140. So this fight is a fight where Montana Love should be the favorite because I feel like he is the more talented guy. But there's some things in Stevie Spark's style to where I could see this being a real tough fight for Montana Love. And that's what it is. So, yeah, I don't want to make no predictions. I mean, if I had to make one, I would say Montana Love wins a decision, a close decision. If he can get it to the cards, because I feel like Stevie Spark will take him to some deep, dark places, and Stevie Spark is strong to possibly hurt him. Because, look, man, I've watched Montana Love fight for a long time, going all the way back to 2017, 2018. I got videos talking about Montana Love from 2018. And Montana Love, even back then when he was fighting like Tsunami Samuel Tea, always been a front runner, meaning that he's always strong in the early rounds, but will always tend to fade later on in the fights. And I think because of that one weakness, Stevie Spark is going to have a great chance to win this fight. So, hey, it can go either way. I'm leaning towards the slight favorite in Montana Love, but you know, I'm not going to be the least bit surprised if Stevie Spark sparks him out of there. But apart from that, you know, I think the undercard is pretty solid. You know, you got a couple of interesting fights worth talking about. You know, you got Richardson Hitchens, who's taking on, who is he? He's fighting Yomar Alamo, which I think is a great fight for Richardson Hitchens. He's a fighter that Eddie Hearn just recently signed. He's kind of like, he was once signed to Floyd, and he's 14-0, and you know, he had that fight I watched a couple years ago with Arrhenius Mendez. You know, Richardson Hitchens gets a lot of hype from like the New York people in boxing, but I've watched him fight a couple times. I'm not really that impressed with him, to be honest with you. I think this fight with Yomar Alamo will be his chance to really make a statement, because Alamo is a good contender who a lot of people thought beat Liam Paro. He's also defeated Kendo Castaneda, who's a good fighter as well. So this is a chance for Richardson Hitchens to make a statement, and beating a guy like Yomar Alamo would definitely do that and send a message to the boxing world. Also on the card, you got Raymond Ford, who I really think should have had a loss on his record already, but he's taking on Zakaria Lucas for the WBA Continental Americas featherweight title. So this is a good regional title that fighters can win to get their ranking position. I believe Zakaria Lucas is ranked like 14th in the WBA or something like that, or he's ranked somewhere in there. So Raymond Ford, he wins this fight, he's probably another fight or two away from a world title shot, and that's what it is. But personally, just being honest, I really and truthfully believe that Raymond Ford, he needs to give Aaron Perez, he needs to give Eduardo Vasquez and Aaron Perez rematches, because I thought he lost to both of them, the truth be told. He needs to go ahead and rematch them, because Raymond Ford, man, you know, he's kind of like Montana Love Jr. Southpaw, athletic, can definitely fight, definitely has some good things about him, but we've seen with pressure fighters, he doesn't look so hot in there. And you know, until Raymond Ford can show me that he can beat like a pressure fighter in devastating fashion, then I refuse to believe he's going to win a world title anytime soon. And that's my opinion on him. But I like Raymond Ford. I want to see him progress, but that's where I'm at with him. Also on the card, you got Khalil Cole. You got Khalil Cole, who was a good amateur. He's in his third pro fight. He had a draw recently. I think it was his second pro fight. So he's trying to get things back on track in his career and get going. And in a nutshell, that's the card. So yeah, good fight. Stevie Spark versus Montana Love. You know, I would definitely say you got to favor Montana Love, just because of the fact that he's in his hometown, and you know, he's a really he's an educated QD boxer, meaning that like he's very slick in there, but he's got power, and I think he's actually matured over time. He's not quite the same Montana Love that fought Samuel Tea or Kenneth Sims Jr., but he's matured a little bit. So I feel like he's gotten stronger, and if he manages his gas tank early on, then he should beat Stevie Spark. But I'm telling you right now, and I want to make this a point to say it right now, because if Stevie Spark wins, I'm not going to be surprised. I really think Stevie Spark is a very live dog in this fight, and if I had money to bet right now, I would actually, like, I'm not telling you guys to bet, but if I had money right now, I wouldn't mind taking a flyer out and betting. I'll take those plus 730 odds Stevie Spark, because Montana Love fades. If you don't get him out of there early, he's going to be in for a very, very tough fight, and that's what I truly believe. But I'm going on Montana Love by I'll say a close but clear, like 115, 113 type of decision. Maybe even the kind of decision where some people think that he got a get decision, you know, because I think Stevie Spark has some things in his style that are really going to trouble him. But anyway, you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me. But I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button and surely you will not be disappointed. You know, True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, you know, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.